So this is the Haworth Ave RR Crossing tour, and this is the first signal, which is a pedestrian gate, and looks like could be a GRS signal base for the pole right here, which has Safetron gate mech, which is taken down and put over there now. And now they temporarily moved the wiring into the new base right here, which is a WC Hayes signal base. And it has a Siemens gate mech, and it's most likely gonna get an NEG LED gate light, which they usually put on pedestrian gates, and they usually plug in right there. That's usually where gate lights plug in. So this is one of the new signals going up, which has a WC Hayes signal base and a Siemens gate mech with a gatekeeper. And this crossing has WC Hayes LEDs, which are covered until they're being used, an NEG e-bell, and some of the lights up top. And then this is the first main signal for the old crossing still. Fabricated metal signal base. Safetron gate mech. WRS brackets with Safetron incandescent lights. The incandescent lights look good at this crossing, but most of the incandescent lights are now getting replaced with LEDs. And this gate has Breco LED gate lights. That's a Breco LED light. So that's the first signal, and it has an NEG e-bell up top. That one rings while the gates are down, which isn't very common. And so there's one more signal at this crossing, which one of them is the new one. So this new one has a WC Hayes signal base, and this has a gatekeeper. The black part is like the spring, so the part that holds the gate would bounce, and this part holds the gate back into place. That's if a car or a truck ever hit the gate, it wouldn't break off. With a Siemens gate mech, it has WC Hayes brackets with WC Hayes LEDs, which are still covered because they're not being used yet. And looks like this crossing, this pole right here, used to have the gate mech, which has a fabricated metals signal base. And this Safetron gate mech used to be on the other pole, but they had to move it because the new pole wouldn't fit with the gate mech on the pole. So it is temporarily on the same base. This signal has Safetron brackets with Safetron incandescent lights. The incandescent lights are getting replaced here. And the gate has Reco LED gate lights. So that's the second main signal, which is getting replaced too. And then over here at the pedestrian crossing, this is very cool, as it has a separate pedestrian crossing that's connected with the same control box. And this crossing did get a little upgrade, and it's pretty much finished. But for the first signal, I don't know why it's still covered, but it looks like a Safetron signal base. A Safetron gate mech, which goes up pretty slowly because it's worn out probably, as it's still an old gate mech. But it looks like the weights were adjusted, so it goes down all the way, which means the new NEGE bell here turns off once the gates are down. So the gate light here is an NEG LED gate light, and the gate was also replaced with a newer gate. And the Safetron hybrid bell used to be here, but now it has a new NEGE bell, which now shuts off when the gates are down. So this is the first pedestrian signal. And then there's one more pedestrian signal here. As this signal base is covered too. I don't know why they're still covered. But it has a Safetron signal base. Safetron gate mech. And that hole, I believe, is going to be WC Hayes LEDs, because it's right at like where the lights would line up at all the other signals. And the other pole over there has it. It has a little hole that's covered with black tape until they go up. So I think they just have to put LED lights on these poles. And last, there's an NEG gate light, LED gate light, and an NEG bell, which also rings while the gates are down. That could just be, I don't know if they made a mistake or if they wanted it to ring, but I think it's good to have it ringing. But so this is the pedestrian crossing, as it is separate from the road, but it does have, the signals are connected to the same control room. So that's all for this crossing tour.